We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. Came to this motherfucker like yeah. Yeah. All my niggas in the chat and we also hot. It fuck. Stone. Stone. Stream. 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 Stone. Stone. Stream. Stone. 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 Stream. Stream. Stone. All my niggas in the chat and we like hot. It fuck. All my niggas gon' get that shit and roll. We stone, we stone, we stream it and stream it. We stone and stream it. Yeah, get into the money, gotta get into the bag like yeah, yeah. Roll up, let him motherfucker breathe like yeah. All my niggas in the chat, they hot as fuck. Yeah, get into the bag like yeah. All my niggas we stone to streaming. All my niggas we get into the cheese and all my niggas we ain't gon' stop breathing. Yeah, 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 yeah. We streaming, we stone, and streaming, we stone, and streaming, we stone, and streaming.
What it do be? It's your boy Racist Ain't Playing.
What up, though? What's up with you, player?
What's up? You me?
Bitch, I'm
all right.
me.
It's your boy Racist Ain't Playing, and bitch, I'm me.
You know it.
Almost. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Stone and Streaming, man. What it do be, fam? What you got going on, man?
Chilling. What's up with you?
Oh, man. Shit, just excited. I can finally kind of get back to it. Like I've been telling y'all for weeks, man, motherfucker have to get away from all these goddamn chickens. And that's coming soon. Shit, man, we'll be back up and running here shortly, man. So, I'll be excited about that. What'd you say?
What you thinking about running when you get back up?
Probably some Tommy Gun honey bun. A little bit of lasagna. I got a little side project, which brings me to another thing I actually do have to bring up. Cause I ain't no fuck nigga, man. So I just keep the shit a bean. Somebody in the chat reached out to me. Matter of fact, it was Buzz in the basement. He had some issues with the lasagna. So I'd like to be able to get in that motherfucker, run that bitch myself. Not saying that he did anything wrong, because his shit was looking great, man. Garden was looking good and shit like that. But unfortunately, he did have some, I think he said a couple of them harmed on him. So while that's not exciting news, I still appreciate the fact that he came to me, man, because my whole thing is shit. How do we resolve it? Can I get you another pack? Can I get you your bread? What you need? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times it's not what kind of problems you have. Once again, a lot of times it's not, but it's all about how you resolve those issues for people. So I'm excited I at least get the chance to, solve that issue for him.
No doubt.
But I most definitely be giving a go at Tommy Gun Honey Bun, the CC for sure. I got a couple things I need to run through. But like I know you popped some KJ over there, True to the Movement, got some KJ. I'm trying to look around and see what people are running versus what I'm gonna run, because I'm gonna run opposite of what they actually ran. So
yeah.
That's my whole thing with that. And that's pretty much it, man. I got a couple of TRs over here I'm gonna be motherfucking popping. Gotta be happening here shortly. So we're gonna have a nice little lineup. I did find a bag seed a couple weeks ago. I had to go to the dispensary and shit, and I came across wedding cake times gelato, and I did find a bag seed in there, so I probably popped that bitch just to see what happened. That's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Motherfuckers at work all the goddamn time, so It'd be nice. That'd be my therapy, little therapeutic sessions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. You know what I say, man? You got a plan.
Hey man, you already know.
Having a plan is like the most important part.
This motherfucker Kong is tripping. Righteous. I heard the LGBTQWERFGD community trying to figure out what's in your spray, and they say you're ready for human trials. What is wrong with these niggas, man? Hey man, motherfucker also said it's 105 degrees out there, boy. Okay. With that high humidity. So that's interesting. What's been going on with you though?
I don't see nothing about no damn high humidity.
No, he didn't say that, but I know where he at, and I know it's humid as fuck over there.
Man, where's he at? Hell?
Nah, he in the
hell?
sippy cup. Little old sippy cup. Am I crooked letter I? Crooked letter I.
It's pretty hot.
P.
Not today though. It was like 101 yesterday.
Yep, 90% humidity.
Yeah, that should be the worst. So if your thermostat say 105, that means it feel like 120. At least that's how it be for us in St. Louis.
Only thing I can say is God bless him, because that humidity is a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, it really is. That shit how you ready to peel your skin off.
Well, not only that, but just for plants too, you know what I'm saying? That's where you get a lot of boisterous and mold and shit like that. You gotta most definitely make sure that you cycling that air enough when you inside of that. If you're in a tent, if you outside, I'm not really sure what you would do about that.
I would say it's the opposite. If you inside in a tent and the shit, you ain't got nothing magic like an average 2x4 or 4x4. Like usually, the motherfucker's gonna have a carbon filter and a fan. That should be good enough because your internal humidity shouldn't be that high when it comes to growing. But when it comes to like drying, you're definitely gonna need a dehumidifier.
Yeah, I would say anything over 70. I mean, obviously we have both been over 70, but anything over 70, man, you most definitely risking mold. Well, whether you got air circulation or not, the humidity is just too much for an enclosed environment. That's
my humidity. Let me see. I don't think it's always hovering around 70. My veg be humid as a motherfucker though. That is true. That's kind of why I was saying if you really indoors in the tent, you usually are okay, but like growing, but you're gonna have a problem when it comes to drying. Like I've never had boisterous or mold or anything growing indoors, and that's when I was growing in that fucking hallway closet that didn't have anything in it. But that's just me though. You know what I mean?
Hey, I can safely say that I have had boisterous before. But right,
Which is
and a lot of
dry ass spot.
Yeah, but you know when my tent be closed all the way up, especially overnight, shit. What would happen is when I would come back to the 8x8, like 2x4s, I never had no issue, but the 8x8 was a little bit of a different story. And when that motherfucker is closed, you gotta think how much water was in there. There was 100 gallons of water in the same fucking room, so it's gonna be higher humidity. You know what I mean?
Well, what was your intake and outtake looking like?
It was on.
No. It was moving like you had an 8x8. So did you have a 6-inch intake and 8-inch outtake, or like what was your situation?
Yeah, 6-inch intake. Matter of fact, the intake was 6-inch and the outtake was 6-inch. And I will always have the intake higher than I would the outtake. So there's more air coming in. Obviously, to cycle the air out, the outtake, that's where that's at. But if you know anything about that, matter of fact, it was an 8-inch. It was an S8. So the highest I would say I would have my outtake is probably like 4 or 5. I ain't had that bitch crunk all the way up to 9 or 10.
I would say if you had a bigger intake outtake situation and had your shit turned up more, you probably could have avoided a couple of the problems, in my opinion. Because you got to figure, man, I'm using 6 inch and 5x5. You got a fucking 8x8. Which I would definitely say that needs to have a 10 inch, 8 inch something. CC, Dan, KJ, Trine, Paxman, and Donkey Kong. And they make some new shit called Paxman.
Okay, that's your shit.
No, I've got Pac-Man. I don't know what Paxman is.
That's your shit, nigga. That's your shit now.
Paxman. Paxman.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you some real shit, man.
Kong. Paxman.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit because you know and we talked about this shit on the off chat, in the back chat and shit. Because it was like, because you know, sci-fi, you was laughing because sci-fi, the way he had phrased it, like Frosty gave me herbs, and I was like, damn, that's fucked up. And shit, man, I started
Oh my
not
god!
necessarily, not necessarily.
I'm not laughing because he said
I know,
Frosty.
I know. It was how he said it.
It was like he said that shit like this how it happened. Who is it? It's Frosty. Hey man, I've got some herms for you. Here you go. I'm like, he said it like he gave him herms. Like, I'm like, man, please stop saying it like that. It just
Hey,
makes
look, man. Hey, you know, hey, bro, you know me and shit. The old me, I would have been shooting all kind of shots. Bow, bow, bow. But I
no, I
was
wouldn't about the herms. It's about how
in that moment, I was like, you know what? Let me not say nothing because I have films. What if something happens? So I'm glad I didn't say shit. Fucked up.
Yeah, for
Cause,
me,
hey, man, because this week is me, nigga.
I get it. Herms happened, right? It wasn't about the herms. It was all about how he phrased that shit.
Yeah, how you said it. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's me. And I've got herms.
I'm here with herms. Here you go. Oh, thank you. I've always wanted some of those. That's like
Hell yeah.
As far as what I got going on over here, man, a lot. Like I got a lot going on because I ain't finna have a. Which I'll probably show some of my veg because I actually got like a lot of shit. I popped a lot of shit and everything is looking pretty good. One of the best looking things in there is this shit called lemon punch. I forgot the fucking cross on it. I got it from the local people that was at the show, right? Which I always try to do. I popped that. Obviously, I popped Mike Landon. You know what I'm saying? That all looked pretty good. The KJ coming up looking pretty good. I popped some more Snowman. That shit looked pretty good. Everything is looking pretty good. Nothing's looking really or stretchy yet. The second level shit, I got a banana beignet in that motherfucker. That shit's pretty monstrous. In terms of, like a lot of that shit that I want to cross actually got a lot bigger than I wanted, so it's kind of cool. Because one tent gonna be bigger than the other tent. I'm probably gonna have more of the Cherry Garcia crosses than I will of the strawberry frosted donut crosses, right? So I'm doing both at the same time. So that's what I'm working on. So I gotta have a new bed, right? Because I don't have anything at all because all my clones have died. So I got some more clones going. Not really what I want, but you know, you got to keep shit moving and going. So, but before I cross all of this shit and do whatever it is I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a shit ton of clones probably next week. We will set the 5x5 back up because it'll just be a big ass bed. You know what I mean? And I think I'm in like week 6 of flower, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's 6. Judging by the way a lot of that shit look. And I gotta start staking up a lot of shit. I actually got a Pac-Man and flower right now. That motherfucker look just like the mama, but smell different. the mama or the daddy. It looked like one. It looked just like the lemon pie face, but it don't smell like it for sure.
Hey, well, the lemon pie face was pretty good, bro.
Oh, I know. I like it a lot. I'm hoping to get a lot of them peppery crosses out of the strawberry frosted donut. I'm looking for that beta caffeine, terpene. That shit is good for swelling and joint pain. So, I want to try to make some shit that's gonna actually help me. You know what I mean? That's what this round gonna be about. Yeah, that's for sure. You gotta look at everything. You gotta look at. I look at all my shit. I look at all of my shit. First time, because anything could happen.
Hell yeah. All right, shit, man. Hey, if you've been listening long enough, just keeping the shit a being shit, man. Unfortunately, because a lot of situations and shit, motherfucker just couldn't really do it like I normally do it. So, I take this as a lesson, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Take it as a little bit of a lesson. I still feel like,
I wouldn't even say it was a lesson, bro. Let's just be honest, right? Let's just be honest. It's not like me or you selling like thousands and thousands of seeds, right? I feel like if anybody grow many seeds, particular seeds, you will find a hermit eventually. So whether you find it on the thousandth or whether you find it on the 600th or the 20th, you know what I mean? I feel like you're gonna at least get one. What you don't want is consistently people finding shit, right? That's what you don't want because it's obvious what we're doing to plants, manipulating them. It's going to be at least a couple that do that because of what we're doing to the plant. This is my opinion because of what we're doing to the plant. So to me, so 200 packs and one person or two people said one person said they got one herm and another person said they got two herms. So let's just say that's 3 out of like 600. I wouldn't feel like that was bad, right? But if every other person got complaints and shit, then that's when they get bad, right? So I think you did the right thing. You know what I mean? All in all, but I don't think it was a tremendous big deal like that.
no, not on that scale, but personally, I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, here's my thing. I don't really want nobody to never say nothing fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just feel like, nothing could have happened. Something could have happened. Nothing could have happened. But I can't be like, yeah, I read this shit 3 times. I can't say that shit. I can't say, hey, man, I ran this shit once. I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, based upon my research looking out here, I'm already a cross or two ahead in my mind. So it just so happened that's one of the things I really wanted to work with. You know what I'm saying? We have talked about this already. So it's just like, damn, now I got to go back to the drawing board. One, I need to run the shit for myself. Two, I just need to reevaluate what I'm doing next. And three, and more importantly to me, hey, I don't want that particular consumer, that particular SNS family member to feel jaded in no type of way. I only want somebody to have a good experience, which you can't guarantee, but like I told you, man, I do this shit more so for the community aspect. Like, I want a motherfucker to just be like, damn, that motherfucker came through.
And see, I'm like Levanita, right? I done grew a lot of people's shit and haven't really got a herm, right? So like even people shit that they was like, this motherfucker's notorious for herming, and it still didn't herm. So like, it's a lot to be said. It's a lot to be said. Man, you can't be trying to guess the next cross that I'm doing. You can't be trying to guess that. Don't try to do that because that's actually my cut. The cut of the. Cause man, look, I grew Gary Coleman. I have 4 different phenols of that shit, and the one that I love is the one that I got. And I'm across that with this number 7 of the strawberry frosted donut. My favorite cut is the number 5. I'm gonna do another run with the number 5 because the 5 and the 7 are different for sure. And how they grow, definitely. But let me tell you something else, Lion Tank Game. It's funny because motherfuckers think alike. That same Cherry Garcia that you got from Ethos is the same one that I'm getting ready to use in this next line.
Yes, sir.
I had a couple different phenos of it, but the ones that I like, I'm gonna use real quick. That shit grow really big buzz, so you might want to pay attention to that if you're in a humid environment, I guess, or if you've ever had any issues with thick ass buds, because that's gonna have one. Yeah, but you grow a lot of regulars, so that's again. I will also say people don't like when I say this, but I would also say your chances of harms are gonna be more with femmes than they will be with males. Reason being, because we already dealing with genetically altering the plant, so obviously it's gonna some fuck ups gonna come nature wise on nature's behalf, not on ours, because we fucking with nature's shit. So obviously you're gonna have a higher chance of harms genetically altering something than you would if you just a regular female. Not to say that you can't get harms from regular seeds, because you definitely can't. I just feel like the chance is higher. Is the chance is definitely higher. I got a question. What do you think your top? What do you think your top 3 strains are right now, and what do you think the top 3 strains are right now? And I know that question is like kind of relevant to where and relevant to how much you get out and relevant to who you're around. You know, I'm in St. Louis, right? So I might ask one person of one age that's out here doing one thing. He may say the hottest strain on the street is fucking cake batter. And I might ask another person, okay, he'll be back. I might ask another person, because I'm still talking to y'all anyway, shit. I might ask another person in my city what the hottest strain is, and he may say fucking raisin cookies. You know what I'm saying?
My bad, man. What was that question again? What is my top 3 strains of all time, or just?
We'll just do currently.
But
I'm real big on saying currently because it's very hard for me to.
shit, a lot of my shit is sold out. So it's like really hard to say. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I would have to say Sir Charles. That was my shit. I really like the Sir Charles a lot. I'm gonna just have to do my catalog. Banana beignets, because that shit was a heater. A lot of people like that shit. And only by popularity, Baseline Road. I gotta get that one by popularity because it seemed like everybody had that motherfucker.
And what
Like
would
this
you say the hottest and just out of the community of people, obviously you don't know everybody in the state where you live at, but from what you've been hearing, what would you say 2 or 3 of the most popular strains are where you at?
All right, look, right. I'm gonna just have to be honest, man. It's really hard to say because I try my best not to be in the dispensary, but it's probably gonna be some kind of gelato, some kind of wedding cake, some kind of runts. That's probably gonna be the top 3 most popular shit in the dispensary. But as far as like motherfuckers that I know, like everybody that I know is running their own shit. So it's like, and they be trying to smoke their own shit.
Okay.
So you'll talk to a nigga and be like, yeah, man, this is that triple OG bubble guts. And you'll be like, I don't really know if I want to smoke that, but okay, looks pretty good.
Yeah. We starting to get that more here. Because we in the middle of the country, so we moving slower than most of the states. Rather, is moving slow. It's people here that got some select shit. Don't get me wrong. It's people here that actually run some shit that make you say, "What the fuck?" But the same people, it's also if they got seeds of that shit, they also sell that shit $100 a pop. You know what I'm saying? I just actually did some seed searching.
Man, I see somebody sent me something talk about they want to sell the freak show film for like 250. And I was just like, ugh. Number one, I don't want to grow that. But number two, 250?
Man,
Man, I ain't
dude,
hating on you playing you thug sizzle, but god damn.
this
Hope you
dude,
get a lick and run off or something.
this dude's site that I went on, but you know, this is the same old conversation. We didn't beat this horse. We didn't whoop this horse ass, right? Because we didn't beat this subject to death. Because people will give you, they'll charge what you let them. You know what I'm saying, and then half of these people is charging something, absorbing it on a website, only so you can contact them in the DMs and then be like, well, shit, you know, you see what they go for on the site. You know, they're using the copycat strategy. You know what I mean? A lot of people doing that, so I don't fault them for that. And it's almost like, man, it's real hard nowadays, right? Because if you are a seed producer / maker, it's like a lot of times, man, you gotta do like, you can't just put out a good product. Shit, you gotta have flashy this and flashy that, and it just be, when you just be looking at the shit, it just all be the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got a flashy ass Mylord bag, and but nobody's want to tell you the cross of what the shit is. It's like, what I'm gonna have to do in my city is I'm finna start getting down with the actual bud product. Like I'm finna start getting these stuff like my own. Like I done told these cats my opinion on how to do a brand, but I'm gonna start hitting the shows on like the try level, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, I'm gonna have like my bud and like my seed. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get this shit nowhere from me, since that's what I was trying to put down for everybody else. I'm just gonna do that shit myself. You know, I usually grow everybody's shit, but I'm getting ready to take this next year to really focus on my shit, which I hate doing, because I feel like when you get tunnel vision like that, you kind of, this nigga be back. When you only grow your own shit, I feel like you get tunnel vision, right, and you lose focus as to what's good, right, because you're so jaded because you only grow your own shit. So I usually try to keep some shit around me. I try to keep some Jungle Boy shit around me. You know what I'm saying? Something that might not be the hottest shit on the streets, but you know, something that's pretty good to where I can gauge my shit by, right? Which obviously we all know what good weed is, you know what I mean? Because we all smoke weed, but I still like to gauge my shit by like what's going on nowadays. You know what I mean? So like I usually keep something like that around. Nah, bro, I was just telling them that usually when I grow shit, I try to grow my shit against other people's shit, because one of the things I don't want to happen to me is tunnel vision, because I'm only growing my shit. I'm not even aware of what's going on out there, which is good, right? But it's also bad, so I try to balance that shit. I mean, because like, again, I like gelato, right? I love gelato, but it's a lot of gelato crosses. Wawa Baby Pluto. I don't even know what the fuck that is, Phil. I swear. Lemon cherry gelato. Yeah, that's pretty hot. I would say pretty much.
Nah, it's Wawa, Baby Pluto, and Privé. All gas house. Shout
Yeah,
out to them.
shout out to them. I'm not up in the dispensaries enough, and the education of the average street person out here is not good enough to really get the type of shit. You know what I mean? At least who my old ass know anyway. You know what I mean? Um, it's probably somebody out here getting that shit. It just ain't nobody I know. So a lot of that shit, like you just said, I don't even know. I don't go to the dispensary like that. And the only other way that I would know anything like that is okay, and it says gas station, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, wow.
You ain't never been to Wawa's?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. That Wawa's is something different, boy. You go get you some gas, some beer, a sub sandwich, a fucking burrito bowl. They got all kind of shit in that bitch. But you would call it a sub, motherfuckers would call it
I'm
a whole
lost. Wait a minute. Is Wawa really a gas station?
Yeah, it's a gas station.
I thought he was saying Wawa is gas station. Like,
Nah, it's a gas station. Wawa's is what it's called.
oh wow.
It's a big ass change. It will almost be like QT is, but better. It's better than QT because Wawa's really do got some fire ass subs. You just gotta make sure you go to the right one. You feel me?
Nigga, I did not know that. I
Yeah.
thought it was like.
It was a Wawa's damn near everywhere I live. Jersey,
I wonder. I
Florida.
wonder. I wonder if that's what they named that strain after. Like Wawa's, nigga.
Exactly. That'd be like naming your shit Texaco or Shell.
That
Same
bitch
shit.
at night at Escort too. Wawa's. Let's see. That would be like our in St.
Oh,
Louis. Let me tell you something that's crazy about St. Louis. First of all, let me cut this goddamn camera back on for this. Let me tell you something that's crazy about St. Louis, right? I live in the county, right? Because it's in Missouri. You got St. Louis City and you got St. Louis County, right? In St. Louis County, we got Quick Trip. We got we got everything pretty much in the county. If you take your ass in the city, number one, on the north side, on the west side, you definitely ain't finna find no Quick Trips at all. What you got out there, that's probably like y'all Wawa's, is gonna be the mobile on the run, right? And in that bitch, you can get you like fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? Get you some gas. And like just like Former got with this comment on the screen, you can get you a prostitute too. You know what I'm saying? You can get all that shit, nigga, and some weed. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking I don't know what it is about the goddamn on the run, bro. Every goddamn on the run is like that, bro. Every single one. Quick Trip do not fuck with the north side or the west side
now the other thing to be at Wawa's,
at all.
the other thing to be at Wawa's that niggas don't tell you about is the police. That motherfucker be heavily infested with the fucking sheriff or the township or wherever the fuck you at. That's where the police gonna be at too. Of the fucking Wawa's.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be at that goddamn on the run. A bunch of niggas with a rifles on their back looking like they finna go to fucking war or they waiting on Rambo to come down the street. Like, bro, they getting out of hand with that shit. I be just like, wow. Like, what's next? Niggas walking around with grenades?
Hey man, some people will argue that's their constitutional right. I do feel like, hey man, what the fuck you doing out here in public with this big ass shit? I'm just gonna skip this gas station. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Don't even worry about. Don't even worry about it. I know a gas station where they're gonna allow this coonery.
Man, and I
But
don't.
that's open carry state for you. Like you watch these motherfuckers in Florida. These niggas be walking around with a fishing pole and a rifle because the law in Florida is you can carry a firearm while fishing. So
Oh my god.
these niggas will just have both and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas knowing you ain't finna fish. You just got
Yeah, you ain't about to fish. You ain't about to go fishing nowhere.
you about to fish. You about to fish. You a Negro. That's what you finna fish for. Nah. Back to the question though. My top three strategies right now. Ironically enough, it's pretty much based upon the shit that I had actually sent you. Out of the dispensary, man, I love that Dosilato. That's probably the only thing that I really like out of the dispensary. I done smoked a couple different things, but I ain't real big on spending a lot of money. You know what I mean? Because I got a rule of thumb, just like my seeds. It's real hard for me to pay more for something than what I sell it for. You know what I mean? So, like, that pretty much cut out like 92% of everything. You know what I mean? It's any good, right? It's any good. Um, Probably Snowman is my favorite right now. And then like I don't know, I like everything else kind of equal. It just depends on what I'm doing. I'm pretty much a mixture of Cherry Garcia and Snowman right now. But I got another question. Is the same thing that you like to like? Do you look for something different when you buy than when you buy a seed? Like I already know you don't really give a whole lot of shit about bag appeals. So, like, is the criteria the same when you like? Man, I want some more seeds. So, like,
Man, I mean, look, all I really want to know is one, it's a combination of shit. First thing I'm looking at is the highest THC. That's the very first thing I'm looking at. If that weed look like shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause I might just leave. You know what I'm saying? If it's black market or some shit like that, then well, which is very rare, you kind of gotta take what you can get. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, you gotta know your personnel. You know what I'm saying? You tell the wrong nigga, man, fuck this bag, man. He might up on you. Y'all might be in a motherfucking duel. I don't want this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, that's the thing about the black market versus the what you call it. Like, I know niggas who will feel pressured to buy a bag of weed, knowing that shit ain't the weed they want. Cause it's like, damn, you got a motherfucker out here with legal activity, and you ain't gonna buy that. Well, I mean, shit, that was your fault for bringing the bullshit. But at the same time, it's like some motherfuckers feel like, damn, all right, well, let me just get an eighth. Know what you got? Let me just get an eighth. Knowing they came for a zip. That shit just funny as shit, man. Now, I don't sell weed, and motherfucker, I don't be buying weed from individuals, but I just remember those days. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was just getting ready to say. Like a lot of, I remember that, but man, it's been so many years. Like I think
Man, it's
do it.
just, and that's the reason why, like, man, ease of use, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta be fucked up with no nigga and they bullshit, man. You just go to the store. It's just like, imagine if you had to buy steaks or you had to buy groceries from a nigga. Like, you could just go to the store and get them. Like, damn, this beefaroni was from like 2016, nigga. I don't want this shit. Still good.
Oh man, most definitely. I definitely, I definitely get it. That's what I was saying. Like, honestly speaking, I ain't like nobody's plug or ain't nobody coming to me like that. So it's like I don't do it like that. So, but what I am is a nice little home grower that hasn't really had to go to anybody else in the street for a long time because I've been like a self-contained unit. So like it's to the point now it's so bad I don't even know who to go get no tree from black market wise like at all. I would be forced to go to the dispensary or nigga do like on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and phone a friend. Hey man, can I borrow a half an ounce until my harvest? Like other than that, like I don't really know how the shit really go on the streets like this. I'm not even gonna play like I do. But what I do know is I don't like going to the dispensary, and I don't really like fucking with the black market cats like that. Like I wouldn't even begin to even buy no tree for nobody that's like fucking on the corner like that. Like, cause these niggas ain't gonna even know what the fuck they selling you, or I know it's liable to be anything inside that bag because I don't know the source because I ain't been out here like that. And I'm sure it's cats out here that got that real. But you gotta know them cats. You know what I'm saying? It's like anything else. I ain't fucked around like that in a minute, so I'm not even gonna play with it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my old ass to the dispensary real quick, grab me a fucking couple ace or something, and try to stretch that shit out the bowl until I have a harvest. That's really what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
Man, you know the thing to be fucked up about that shit, man, is because you just sit here, you know what I'm saying, try to get your old motherfucker knowing that this motherfucking quarter ain't gonna last you, but nigga, you want the top shelf shit, so shit, now you gotta pay 60, 50, 70, 90. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you're going and what you're getting into. So it's just like, God damn.
Yeah.
And knowing that quarter ain't gonna last you but 2 or 3 days. Knowing if you really wanted to sit there, you could just sit there and smoke it all.
For some of our viewers, that's a sitting. What?
Hey, now I got a crazy topic for you. Isn't it amazing how when you get down to the last little bit of weed, how long you can make that shit last?
Is it like that for y'all, chat? Because I know it's like that for me. Because me and this dude talk a lot. So
I said, motherfucker be smoking a quarter for 30 days.
man, I remember when you first moved to where you was at, you had the half a joint challenge, bro. I never will forget that. Did you take that video down or is it still up?
Man, that shit's still up, man.
Y'all need to. Hey, where fuck that. Click on his name. Y'all, everybody should be subbed to him if y'all not. And y'all gotta go check out some of this dude older videos, man. He has some. He has some talent. A quarter lasts you a month. Damn. If only I could be like you, I would be man made in the shade. You know what? And this is what I have to realize too. That's why I like our show, because unlike most of these shows online, we truly are actual home growers, right? We don't got no fucking big ass greenhouses. We don't have no big ass operation, but we got this big ass elaborate shit going on. Like all of us is in fucking tents. Like all of us is pretty much equal in this bitch, right? That's one of the things I enjoy about our show. We are pretty much equal, like to our crowd, right? One thing that I did notice is just scale, right?
Hey, and by the way, respect to those who are on a larger scale, man, because that shit take a lot of ingenuity and you know what I'm saying, a lot of dedication.
Yeah, no
But
doubt.
you understand? But
Different lane. That's all.
yeah, we most definitely still home growers. Because hey, I think the largest that a home grower technically is like an 8x8. Personally, like once you start moving out of tents, building rooms, I mean, you're still a home grower. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like that's another level outside of a tent.
I think once you start doing shit like that, then it becomes about the yield, right? Because it's like usually when a motherfucker doing that, they chasing a particular yield, trying to see what they can get. I got this out of that, and cause I ain't gonna lie, like I be seeing people get amazing shit out of their shit, and maybe me, cause we had the conversation me and you a long time. Maybe the way I trim, it's a lot of shit I just don't count. You know what I mean? Like I can always go back to my trim bag at any time. Usually, like once I get done with everything, and I can still pull out the lounge. You know what I'm saying? Easily, right? Because the way I trim, a lot of that shit just go in the bag. Cause I get tired of that shit. Like one of these times, I'm just gonna really put my foot in it and trim everything, right? But like I don't. When I add that shit up, I don't get a lot. Like everybody be like, yeah, man, I got this 4x4 and I got a pound out of it. I be like, man, dope, because I did not. I
Hey,
did not.
now you know me, bro. Hey, look, I got a fucked up imagination, so I'm just imagining you trimming up all that shit, right? And then going to a patient and being like, man, I got these smalls. They a little less smalls. I got smalls for you niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think
Or buttlets. That's what y'all call that shit out there. Buttlets. I
well,
got
that's
these
what
buttlets.
they call that shit. But I think you bring up a point. Like I will always give what up, sci-fi. See
What
you.
up, buds? What up, Sapa?
But that's the thing, right? That I was going to say. You bring up the patients. My patients always get the best shit. I always just smoke whatever the fuck is left, right? So I think that's another reason why I trim the way I trim, because I already know, like, okay, I know I can go back and get a sip or two out of this. I can go back and get two out of that. You know what I mean? But everybody, they be like, yo, this fucking 4x4, I got 2 pounds out of. I'll be like, fuck. And look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, all y'all out there. Man, don't let that shit bother you. That shit used to bother me. I thought I was an absolute failure. I'm like, bro, these cats is getting a pound out of a 2x4. I'm like, but you know what? It's a couple of things that I wasn't realizing, because I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna highlight this comment. I ain't gonna even say that they lying 11. This is what I will say. Whenever a motherfucker tell me they got a pound out of something that's small, first question is always, hey man, how long you veg that shit? Because if they tell me I veg for like 90 days, okay. You know what I'm saying? You veg for 90 days and then you went in the flower. So we looking at like down there a 6-month process almost. See what I mean? So of course, I'm vegging for like 30 to 40 days. You see what I mean? So I'm vegging like half the time, so it would make sense that I get, you know what I'm saying, less than you get. But also, when you're getting done, I'm almost 2/3 of the way done with my next run. So that's another way I look at it, right? I don't really like to have a large veg time like that, which I'm trying to do now because obviously, the larger the veg time, the bigger, the wider the plant can be, the more you can get. This particular flower, some people do. Some people actually wait that long, Lebanita. Some people do. I am gonna show the garden today when I do though. Some of the plants like pesticides that shit need to be, but man, to get shit wide and shit like that, it take a little longer than I would like. Yeah, I can't. I'm like you, Buzz. I don't want to veg that long either. The only solution that I had for that is like, and I've done it a couple times, but I'm not gonna do it this time because I basically had it on a different schedule before. But like, I would have one veg that would just go long, that would go like 60 days or so, and then I would have a short veg, right? So while I was waiting on that one veg, like after 30 days, and I flipped the other shit, the other shit would still be vegging, right? And I would cut clones off of it, and then I would then flip the other shit. It was about 60 days or some shit like that, right? That shit worked out well, but it ain't like that now, you know what I'm saying? Because I got basically some shit happened, you know what I'm saying? My clones and shit died, so it is damn near a year for real.
Hey, that motherfucker said after dry and cure. Man, you be curing your shit that long, bro? That's the first thing I thought. Like, damn.
Man,
Like,
Alicia could cure shit along. Her personal shit, she cure a long ass time. I don't really have personal shit. That's my problem. Ain't no personal shit. My patients get all of that shit. I just get the scraps of what the fuck is left over. It's usually how that works. This is what it is. I ain't tripping. I figure my patients be wanting the best shit to look at and be the goop and the eye and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. I just had to stretch that shit out. Cause I do like when you had a longer veg and a bigger plant. I do like, my plant account for a couple steps, you know what I mean? Cause I give y'all real numbers, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a lot of my plants be 2 zips. You know what I'm saying? I do have a few plants that do that, you know what I'm saying, for sure. But it ain't like, oh man, on a regular, my shit's, 2, 3 zips. This plant's a quarter pound. Man, when I give my weights and shit, that be what I actually end up keeping. I'm not weighing the fucking swag shit that I trimmed and threw in the bag for letting. I'm not
swag.
in that shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I'm doing. I want that shit that just going out to my patient's cure. 4 to 8 weeks, something wow. I'm gonna come visit your ass. I've never had anything cure that long. I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, I keep it real. It is what it is. Never had a problem neither. It could always be better. Grow bag versus shore. You already know what I eat, man. I know righteous already.
Grow bags, man. Hey, look, that's the way I was actually able to cure for a month. Because I had so many fucking separate bags and I just never had to open them. You know
I
what
would
happens
say
when you
this.
open up a jar? You be like, man, I just want to grab a little bud out of there. You know what I'm saying? Let me just grab a little nug, see how this shit coming along.
You already know. And see, Buzz, that ain't even really no cure for real, so I don't even really count that. But we on the same type of time frame, usually about that. Me personally, I'm fucking with the grow bags. I love them. But I always was a dude that would usually use Ziploc bags over shore anyway, right? Because I just didn't like having. I just didn't like making music every time I'm getting ready to get some trees. You know what I'm saying? I got like fucking 10.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Shit, start playing that Tokyo Drift shit.
But like, yeah, so I like the grow bags. Actually, I just bought a 30 pack of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about the grow bags is, hey, you better make sure them bitches is dry for real. For real, for real. Don't be playing with that shit. Don't be putting that shit in there. Because my experience is when you put that shit in the grow bag, hey man, you locking that shit in. Ain't no burping no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no burping no more. that shit is ready to go, and it's gonna
And
make.
that's the other thing. It do say it on there, but you do. I can't say I've done both, but you'll get better use out of them if you seal the bag. Like actually seal it with a heat sealer. Make sure ain't no air getting in there. You don't got to vacuum seal it or nothing like that. But yeah, man, that's the reason why I like them grow bags. You can literally like, especially I had a big ass pheno hut and shit like that. So all them phenos just sitting up there. I could go to that shit, open the shit up whenever I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And that shit did actually allow me to get a better cure just because I wasn't constantly going into that jar. Plus, I tell you, motherfuckers, man, I would literally leave the jar off and come back 2 hours later, like, damn, I forgot all about this shit.
And again, when you put your shit in jars, you still burping it. When you putting that shit in that grow bag and sealing it up, you ain't burping that shit no more. So again, it make you say, my shit better be dry for real. You got, I would say you got more wiggle room in jar. When you using the grow bags, like you sealing them bitches and you done, right? When you're using them like that, I feel like you got more wiggle room in jars than you do in the grow bag. That shit sealed. It would be like if you put your tree in a jar, close that shit, and just open it back up ever again, right? So nobody would really do that. So I like I tell people, make sure your shit is dry for real. When you put your shit in the grow bag and seal it, it shouldn't need to be burped no more. Your weed should be to the point to where you ain't gotta burp it no more, right? You should be able to take that same tree and put it in a jar and keep that shit sealed up. You know what I'm saying? Same way. Yeah, now that's actually now that's the reason why I like that shit, Django, right? Because they hold terps. They hold the terps a lot better, bro. Like my terps be there, nigga. My terps. That's what I say about the grow bag, bro. Like the terps be there. My shit be way terpier with the grow. In my opinion, with the grow bags and with the jars. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but I can say that that's what I've experienced. That should be way terpier. To me, I love how that shit be smelling after that shit come out the bag like that. That shit has helped me. A lot of my best harvests have involved that fucking grow bag. But yeah, now I'm not even looking for strength anymore. Speaking of that, I'm just looking for specific, like I said, specific terpene profiles is what I'm looking for now, man. And that's my main goal, to try to judge all the shit that I start making from this cross on out. After that, want to get to see if this shit, because everybody always be like, we all know this. Oh, cannabis heals, cannabis helps, and that's cool, bro. I get all of that, but you still see people out in this motherfucker trying to really make money, right? Not saying that you can't do both, you definitely can. But I want to definitely get into the side of some of these terpenes and see, especially with the shit that I found out what's going on with me. Definitely at least see if some of this shit, does this shit really work like that? You know what I mean? I know it does, but I'm just talking about in terms of breeding. Can I breed a whole fucking line and say, hey man, out of this line, this is gonna be good for you motherfucking back, this is gonna be good for this. Like I wanna be able to say shit like that. So that's why I'm really trying to get up into these terpenes a little more. Cause again, I keep it real. I don't really know a whole lot about that shit. I just was like everybody else, or everybody else that I knew rather in my city, like, oh, that shit is strong, that shit not strong, that shit tastes like this, that shit tastes like that, whatever. I didn't really explore that shit a lot, so I'm really gonna try to get up into that with my own shit. But I do need to control, and by control, what I mean is I need to really grow one plant or somebody else shit that's kind of decent. You know what I mean? That I respect, because that's my control. Because again, I don't want to get carried away with my own shit. So I need to at least plant somebody else shit that I feel good about or respect it. You know what I'm saying? Or either hot or whatever, right, in my garden at the same time. And I don't mean what like black tea or frosty or nobody like that, because I consider them to be my equals, not like you know they're not like a lit farms and no shit like that. They just like me. You know what I mean? I feel like we're on the same plane. What's crossing shit go maybe not in popularity, but it's in terms of the genetics that we produce, right? I'm not talking about popularity. So I gotta have a control in that motherfucker. I need a jungle boys or lit farms or those, something like that. Just as a good gauge, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Man, hey, speaking of like using cannabis for injuries, man, I was coming across this article from MJ Biz Daily,
Yeah.
and it says researchers combine cannabis and psilocybin for medical treatments.
Yeah.
Obviously, psilocybin is
Shroom,
going to be the mushrooms,
shroomy.
and the cannabis, uh, which we all know what that is, the cannabis.
It is.
So, it's a patent development that's coming at a time when there is more genetic information about both cannabis and psilocybin, opening the door to explore other ways that the two substances could work together. For example, cannabis combined with psilocybin has been found to shrink tumors in breast cancer in the specific case of a 49-year-old woman.
So do they just rub it on their titty? I mean, do they smoke it, or how do they get it? Like, how does it help? They inject it straight into it. Like, is it cream or salve, or how do they use it when they say combine?
Uh,
Do you just smoke the weed and then eat the mushroom combination like that, or they combine it into one product?
yeah, I believe they're combining it together. So a little bit further, the article they start talking about CBC, which is hard to grow and hard to synthesize. Uh, so if they could take a little bit of CBC and combine that with psilocybin mushrooms, they'll be able to get like a different price point that'll open up more customers and consumers. So CBC pretty much is water is a they turn it into a water soluble form, and then they put it with the mushrooms,
Okay.
and then you can consume it as a tea.
Okay.
They also agreed. They also said that they have psilocybin cannabis pills. They said that's totally doable, but they can't induce psychedelic states, or excuse me, but we're able to induce psychedelic states with cannabis without any other psychedelics. He told MJ BizCon, whatever that means.
Hmm. I think that's all very interesting. Combination of both, like I said, especially the way you do it. Uh,
Oh, this is what they describe it as. Now, this probably will throw you off. They look, it's a so imagine a 3 hour DMT level psychedelic experience with the emotional support of MDMA and the capacity to retain your sense of agency, which is the control over actions and their consequences. Uh,
Thank you.
Referencing the hallucinogenic drug dimethyltryptamine, whatever that was. But this nigga says this is what we're experiencing. Look, this is what we are experiencing with psychedelic cannabis.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Dude, don't say that shit.
You
What up,
can
Enzo Bud?
that. You can have that for yourself.
Uh,
Nigga, I'm cool. I don't want nothing like that. I'm cool. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Now I know you'll take that down low, but I'm cool. I ain't really. I really ain't. I really ain't trying to do none of that. I can, bro. It's like I tell you all the time, dude. I can still get too high. I can still get to the point to where I feel like I don't. So
yeah,
I feel like if I can still get like that, I don't really need to go on a magical journey. because I can
Well,
still.
I don't know how far that journey is. That motherfucker probably shouldn't have described it like that because that motherfucker go make some
Too late,
niggas go.
Django. Too late,
Yeah,
man.
man. Now look, this is the thing that's very interesting, right? So the chat might find this interesting. Cannabinoids and psychedelics act on different receptors in the brain. Cannabinoids such as THC binds primarily to the CB1 cannabinoid receptor. CBC binds primarily to the CB2 receptor. Um, Psychedelics such as psilocybin bind to the 5-HT2A serotonin receptors. But there has been research showing that the cannabinoid CBD can bind to serotonin, and that's where serotonin is joined with the CB2 receptor. And the resulting combination can do things that neither receptor can do on its own. But I thought that was pretty interesting. Just the science behind that. So if
Well,
anybody was curious or
already,
wondering more,
the one thing that you had confirmed when you said that, I had already knew that
what up, MGK?
that the endocannabinoid system was there. I was hoping that you wasn't gonna say that they combine, come into play on the exact same receptor. Because I like to think of them as different. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah,
are.
they are. But I think what they were saying is they trying to create some type of combo that can make both of them act in conjunction and do something completely different. So, motherfucker, this might be that point of PCP when these two receptors get together to make you run through a wall.
Hey,
I can fly. Turn
it,
me into a superhuman.
it definitely might be. Again, as I told you, I'm cool on that. I'm very cool on that. Like very cool on that. Like I'm super cool on that. I ain't trying to. I ain't trying to go on no ride like that, bro. That ain't the type of ride I'm trying to have. I'm trying. I like control, and that shit seem like you can't control that shit. You just gotta relax. And you know what I'm not good at? I'm not good at relaxing and just giving something else control. I'm not. I'll be fighting that shit the whole way until I can't fight no more. They been looking at me like, man, why is this motherfucker jumping around like that? He has to fight it. I always picture doing that shit next to an Indian for some reason. I don't know why. Like it's peyote or some shit. I picture me fighting that shit and the Indian being like, no, he has to go on journey. I be in that motherfucker rolling around and shit. I don't know. This is what I be thinking. I don't know. Maybe because I be high a lot. You had that digital download. It ain't like that, is it?
I mean, shit, man, shit. Them up. I don't look, boy. I ain't never had no weed that was like that. But what I will tell you is that I love to smoke when I'm on shrooms. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that motherfucking much. Hey, look, and that's what I recommend. I don't recommend anybody do psilocybin, but if you do psilocybin, make sure you roll up a bunch of joints beforehand, like 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I just remember you saying you was thirsty a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Drink you some water, some good old lemonade. But water's always good. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite pen, the Puffco, because of the little scooper thing. So you can just like dab anything with that motherfucker. The yo can, you still need a tool. You don't need no tool for this bitch. The tool is the new just it's that shit cool as fuck. Film with a dab on the go. Or if you're not a real dabber, because I'm definitely not a real dabber. Like your ass was a real dabber, nigga, with the hoe. Man, when you gonna bring that shit back out, bro? Like straight electrical box and all of that shit. Well, it ain't an electrical box, but you know what I mean. Like you was like, boy, you was serious with that shit. You knew the temperatures and all of that shit, bro.
Hey, man, you know, I be telling motherfuckers all the time, man, should I forget more shit than I remember?
Hey,
And that's,
this motherfucker like, yeah, man, do your dab. I don't know the real thing, so don't get to. You'll be like, do it 163.7.
Levanito said oh, my bad. I thought she was saying she smokes on shrooms. No, I mean she smokes weed while she's doing shrooms, but it made it sound like she be smoking all the shrooms. Yeah, I grind them up and put them in my bowl. I'm glad that's not the case. Yeah, Django said I recommend it. It's a great mental reset. I mean, just out of responsibility of this not actually being my channel, I would never tell. Cause I know Chowop don't necessarily agree with that shit, or maybe he agree with it, but he just feel like
Man,
it ain't for him.
they know we two different fucking people.
Hey,
Clearly,
yeah,
they
that's
me.
true, man. But I just, I be wanting to be respectful of your channel, my nigga.
See that shit over there vibrating up and down, so they know that these are your views, not mine. Um,
Yeah.
hey, look, I'm old. I'm 47, right? And I remember stories. I remember all I was a good kid. Didn't do a lot of this shit till I was grown. So like, hey, a lot of them old stigmatisms stuck with it, dude. I ain't scared to admit it. I keep it a bean. So like, I grew up hearing stories about motherfuckers taking PCP and getting trapped. I mean,
Oh my god, that's PCP, man.
not getting trapped where they was at, and I heard stories about motherfuckers having bad trips and shit, and then
Hey, not to cut you off, but the way you said that, the way you said that, make it seems like you know what I'm saying. Smoking weed and smoking coke is the same thing.
oh
You smoke
man,
coke,
I'm
don't
gonna
you?
tell you what happened to me though.
Jesus
I
Christ.
when I was like 47, and I think I was like, man, I had to be like what, like 21, 22. The old PCP, the old PCP back again. No, I meant LSD, but look, check it. I was about 21, 22. The shit was called Salvia. Right? It just came out. Yeah, this shit was about 20 something years ago, bro. It's about 25 years ago. Shit just came out at the grocery store where I used to go get my you know, bongs and papers and shit, right? This before, cause like back then, that's where you had to go to get like green leaves and shit like that. Like the gas station only had like shit, right?
The head shop.
Yeah, I used to go get my cases of Phillies from that bitch, all that shit. So like we used to always laugh because at that time I was selling weed. So they had all that fake ass weed in there, all that shit. We used to laugh. So the white dude, it's always the one white dude every time, right? The white dude, name was Mike. We'll just say his name was Mike. I mean, that motherfucker doing some whole other shit now. He tried this shit. He was like, bro, this shit that we got at the motherfucking store, man, that shit actually gets you high. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I never forget it. It was salvia. That shit had different levels, nigga. It was salvia times 2, nigga, times like 5, and times like 10, right? I went there with the homeboy. We got the shit. It was like salvia, like times 2 or whatever. We smoked that shit like that shit. I ain't it. That shit feel weird. Nah, fuck that. Back to the crib. The white boy came back. He was like, nah, you gotta, yeah, you might not make it back. Yeah, you really might not. He bought over that strong shit. It was like times 10, 15. Now, obviously, I didn't know this till after the experience was over. Put that shit in the bowl, similar to some shit like this, right? I'm like, man, homeboy smoked some shit. He was like, nah, this shit different. I'm like, you got it from the same place, right? He was like, yeah. Man, I fired that shit up. And the last thing I remember him saying was like, yo, bro, hit that shit slower. And I'm like, bro, this is the same shit that I just had. He was like, last thing I heard the nigga say was, no. And I blew the smoke out. I swear to God, everything had a whole bunch of colors, nigga. In the whole room, right? The whole fucking room. Like how it'd be like a
What up,
tank.
420 girl?
What up, 420 girl? You know how it'd be like a tank? Like how the wheels look on a tank? The whole fucking room was like peeling back and it was rolling towards me, dog. And I was just stuck in a chair like this, bro. And like everything was fucking folding up, dog. Everything was folding up. And I couldn't do nothing. I was just sitting there. I was just like, now I don't know how this shit looked to them. Like my homeboy was like, he was like, nigga, I thought you was gonna die. My other homeboy, cause when I came to, first of all, I felt like I was gonna die. Like right when the room started peeling back, and it got like right here to where I couldn't breathe no more. You know what I'm saying? That I guess that's when the high was over, right? So when I came to, when you first come to, dog, you can't even talk. I came to, and I was just like, what the, I was ready, I was gonna whoop his ass, right? When I came to, I just seen my homeboys like, what the fuck did you give him, right? And when you try to talk, you be like, like you can't talk, bro. Like when you coming out of that shit. So like all because of that. I know that shit is different. Yes, it's a whole different plant. I already know that. But again, like I told y'all, and like I told you, Righteous, I don't like not having control. I know a lot of that shit. You got to get that shit controlled. Like that shit probably wouldn't have been that bad had I just let that shit just.
No, it was still gonna be that bad. That's not what true. That's not what shrooms do to you. Yeah, shrooms only do that to you, man, when you start abusing them. And that's what some motherfuckers want. Some of these niggas want to take 7 and 9 and 12 grams all at once. I'm not doing that. What I will do is a good old 2 gram. Soak that bitch in some good old lemon. Oh man, that's all you gonna need. And a motherfucker like you, I would tell you, hey man, just do a gram. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker like you would, cause I feel like I know you well enough.
I need
I
half.
know you well enough to say, oh, you'd be like, man, I gotta add this to my regular rotation. You know what I'm saying? She was jamming. And I know you don't even like taking pills and fucking with shit that's not weed.
A micro dose, bro. And look, here's
Nah,
another
1 gram will do you right, bro.
here's
1 gram.
another important thing about me. And this is why me and edibles always have a problem, right?
Nice 420 girl.
The problem be if because I ain't never did shrooms. If shrooms is fucking like edibles where you got to take that shit like fucking 30, 40 minutes to set in, that shit usually be a problem for me, right? Because same reason why I don't drink. I can't gauge that shit real good, bro. I've always been like that. Like when you smoke
And
weed, you
and
get
see you
high.
nah, but see you can, bro, because here's the thing, right? You know, like I know, hey man, you smoke you 1 gram of weed, you know what I'm saying? You roll up one that's completely different than you rolling up, you know what I'm saying, a 5 gram joint, sitting here just blowing through the whole thing with keef and wax all in it. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
two
but
different things.
I'm gonna
So it's
get high
like
though.
you hear you just heard someone in the chat say they microdose, right? Well, that's cool too. But what I'm trying to tell you is like a half a gram, having you a couple of things rolled up, man. Have your nice little lady friend come through. That bitch gonna wonder why you tried to marauder ass, nigga. You just
Gonna
tried to
be
motherfucker.
saving me. She gonna be like, you
You
was
get
just
too high.
laying
Hey,
there.
look, bro. You get too high, you might be like, "Leave me alone, though. I'm just over here minding my business. I don't want nothing to do with you.
And
Leave me
there's
alone."
too many rules, lots of colors. You need to be outside and all that fresh water. I'm just gonna be thirsty as shit, man.
Nah, man. It's all about lots of colors. Need to be outside. All that fresh water. Hey, yeah. It's all about how you get. You know what I'm saying? And being outside, that shit is dope. But
My
you
man
might
James
be like, I remember
Adrian.
one time I did them shits, bro. I was scared of the outside, nigga. Anything outside.
Mm-hmm. What happened, Mr. Mushroom Man? See? See? What happened,
Hey,
Mushroom Man?
look, man. This is what I'm saying, bro. Hey, look. You know what I'm saying? One time, man, this back when I was in the old crib. You remember the bitch that should have had the 2 living rooms in it?
Man, I liked it, that crib.
Hey, so peep game, right? Man, you know the master was way in the back of the house, right? Past the second living room and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
like nigga, I did not want to come out of that room. Like I used to nigga that whole night. I was cool. I just needed to stay in the room, nigga, because it was the thing about it is shrooms, man. You'll most definitely work some shit out, but you can't have some anxiety, but not to the point where it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have I don't have panic attacks, so maybe I'm being insensitive to people who have panic
Turbo
attacks.
shit.
But it ain't gonna make you be panicking like that. But it will make you be like, all right, I'm just gonna stay right here because I feel like if I go out there, I might do something stupid. So I'm just gonna stay right here.
I can still get way too, like I said, weed, like again, I had a dab out this pen. Guess what? I actually feel shit. My problem be, I need to feel that shit in the same way like I smoke weed, like in an instant. smoking weed ain't instant, but it's the whole act. By the time you done with the act, nigga, you high, right? So like, it's the same thing. By the time I'm done with the act of however I ingest the mushrooms, I need to be high. It cannot be. I gotta sit back and wait. That's what it can't be, and that's what I got a problem with. I got a link for you 420 girl or anybody else that wants to step up to this bitch. As a matter of fact, but that's my only problem with it. I don't do well with shit like that. I really just don't. Spores, huh? You got spores? Spores.
Hell yeah, man, that shit dope. You know what I'm saying? But I most definitely had wanted to do that shit. I
Spores.
had wanted to try to do like 5 or 6 monotubs all at the same time, cause
Man, why don't you? Why don't you when you get to where you going, bro? I mean, why not?
man, that's a whole like to me, that's a whole other journey. And when you got that much shrooms, you're gonna end up doing a lot of shrooms. So it's like I'm the
Oh,
type of motherfucker to take my shit and just store it in the freezer or try to say that bit. Like I
yeah.
might have an ounce of shrooms, a half ounce of shrooms, and that bitch gonna last me a whole year. You know what I'm saying? But I buy them bitches when like if that shit is available. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to be doing shrooms every day, every other day. Like that shit is just a whole nother.
Now let me tell you what. If this said albino penis envy and golden shower, that would have been the nastiest combo ever. Penis envy and golden shower, but it's golden teacher, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's two different mushrooms or two different strains or however the fuck they would say that shit. Two
My
different types of spores. Two different two different types of mycelium. I don't fucking know.
little brother tried that shit and failed terribly at it.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Hey, but I tell you, one of the people that you can watch, what's the dude name? Michael Willie, M
Michael,
Y MYCO Willie. That motherfucker be doing all kind of shit. That motherfucker show you how to build the hood. Cause the thing about doing shrooms, man, is you have to be very clean. You know what I'm saying?
oh, that's
Like
why.
you don't want to contaminate. You know what I'm saying? Your shit with mold.
Mm,
Like it's very easy to fuck your shit up.
that ain't good for us over these ways. It's amazing that we get any type of production that we get over here the way. And guys, that's the thing about me. I know how shit should be, but I also know how shit is definitely for me. And a lot of shit is not how it necessarily should be, but it still work, right? But that's because it's free, and that's because certain shit is natural, right? Certain shit is living that you need. You know, that shit is a living, all right, a living fungus. So it's different. It plays by a different set of rules that ain't what I'm willing to play by. You know what I mean? Because the same shit that won't hurt me growing trees, that just be it'll be I'll be out of there with the shrooms for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Motherfuckers be having these hoods and shit they be making because they make it to where like ain't no dust blowing around. You gotta
Ooh,
keep
she
you gotta
said sauerkraut.
keep you some icy propyl 99% plain. You know what I'm saying? Pressure cooker, motherfucker be pressure cooking shit. We doing all kind of shit.
Too many steps already, right there, bro. Like,
Well, I look at that shit like we, and I'll be honest with you, I feel like it's actually kind of like less steps with the shrooms. It's just, it's a different art. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man, your ass to be blowed. You most definitely like 1 gram would be just perfect for a nigga like you.
Hey, every time I think about Morgan Freeman, I promise you, I only think of Shawshank Redemption. I swear to God.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah,
That was a good movie.
and driving Miss Daisy. Yeah, no, now come on now, Miss Daisy.
No, when I think of that nigga, I think of Evan Almighty
Cause
or Bush Almighty.
I actually went to the
When that nigga was God. That's what I be thinking about. Morgan
Morgan
Freeman was
Freeman
God.
God, huh?
That nigga was God.
Oh man, I would love to. Hey, the Django start talking to that damn gnome in the Morgan Freeman voice. You hate Morgan Freeman? How could you? How could you hate Morgan Freeman? That nigga's amazing. He was God.
That nigga Morgan. Dude,
I'm done with y'all.
that sound like a straight female. Morgan. Hey Morgan.
Me,
See you at the play. Fucking Morgan. What name is that for a nigga? I'm sorry, y'all. That was very inappropriate. Man.
just because you're high.
But yeah, man, for sure. Hey man, should I have loaded up a couple bowls of that good old Keefy D? Damn.
Damn. Hey nigga, that was so unscripted. That's what was so funny about that shit. Everybody know about Keepy D. Damn.
uh,
All
need to
right.
wipe that nigga down with some lotion. At you ass bitch. That nigga Keefy D, man. That nigga's. I'm not gonna say he's my hero. I ain't gonna say no shit like that. But that nigga is a funny ass nigga, bro. There's no way around it. And I feel like everybody got like an uncle or shit that might even be you now. But this is, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody know a nigga like Keefy D.
Oh, can you hear me now?
We sure can.
So it's like they remember that old commercial. I am Tiger Woods, motherfucker. I am Keepy D.
Well, you know, it's a lot of niggas don't like that nigga because you know he's associated with the death of Tupac. And you got some niggas who really believe that they are Machiavelli out here. Like I got a cousin like that. Nigga, if you not down with Tupac, nigga, that nigga won't talk to you.
Oh my gosh.
That nigga Tupac is that nigga's fearless leader.
A lot of this shit here is shit that like all this big shit is gonna be the shit that I actually ended up crossing. The two reversal plant blah 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 blah. The two reversal plants for
Heaven Almighty. Bye 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 bye.
but a lot of these are the ceilings and shit. A lot of this shit looks pretty good down here. Um, I probably should do a video and show what a lot of this shit is. But hey, man, last time I did a video, it's like nobody watched. They just really took something. So I don't really. That's the banana beignet right there. I really don't. And next to dinner two on the most interesting. I would have reversed that, but I didn't think it was gonna get big enough. But it actually did. So I'm kind of upset with myself. That's jealousy. I ain't never released that, but I actually wanted. That's what I wanted to do. It actually shot up a lot more than I thought it would. No, it is what it is. We'll get it. We'll get them next time. I got to get in there and do some leaf cleaning. That's terrible in there. It was like that on that plant too, but it ain't no more. Like all that crusty shit. That plant was like that too. I gotta finish. But I don't, I really don't like fucking with fish like that. Shit don't be interesting to me.
Oh, that's right, because he had a relationship with his step granddaughter. That's what a little bit Levanita Barlow says about Morgan.
About who?
About Morgan Freeman. He had a relationship with his step granddaughter.
Oh, that ain't good. Damn, Morgan. What we got right here? This is Blue Magic number 2. All this shit is like weak shit. That's number 2. This looks like it's like number 1. I like the structure of that. That's why I had to go through it again because I didn't have a lot of clones of it. But look at that big bitch right there. That's like well, we'll get to that. That's pretty big over there. Actually, that shit right there. That's just way in the wind. But
number like I don't know. I need to do a video, but all three of those are Blue Magic though. All three of those, right? The Gary Coleman. Mm-hmm. I'm probably some water. I used to use some water actually. That's the Gary Coleman right there. Um, that motherfucker really seems to take after the jealousy side of things because it usually stays short. That right there is the lemon pape. The lemon pape right there. And that right there is the Pac-Man, right? Which is funny because that particular Pac-Man pretty much looks just like the lemon pape, but they actually smell completely different. I noticed that the Pac-Man don't lean as much as this lemon pape. If I look up underneath there, you can see that shit lean. I'm not put a stake in it. That's a Mike Larry time Sunset Sherbert. That would be my control in here because that's the Jungle Boy shit. Everything else in here is pretty much mine, except the lemon profit is not mine. That came from a dude called Nathan Sun out in Arizona. This right here is Snowman. Probably like one of my favorites. That bit's pretty wide too, pretty tall. Unfortunately, I ain't got no clones of it. That's why I had to pop more seeds of it. It got so close to like everything kind of got their own like all the way down. But everything looking pretty okay in here. I would say. I'm excited about these blue magic. So whatever smell fruity that I had sent you is the blue magic. And if you say none of that shit smell fruity, when two that was marked the same, then I don't really know what to tell you anymore. But whichever one of them two things was the fruitiest was the blue magic. There's a couple things in here that look like they're gonna be done in 8 weeks. A couple things in here that look like they ain't gonna be done in 8 weeks. That shit look like it's gonna finish up quick. That looked like the quickest finishing one out the Blue Magics. And everything else looked like it'll pretty much be nice. That Mike Larry used to be down in A2. We're gonna let everything go down either way. Need to water all of this shit, man. That's another thing. This shit be drinking fast as fuck. Oh, all that shit was in 5-gallon pots too. I don't know if I said that. And that's it, unless a nigga want to see some dead clones. I don't think we want to see that. I cleaned out most of the dead clones anyway. Oh man, he must be gone.
Dude.
You ain't gone, are you?
Yeah, I'm gone.
Shut your ass up.
I'm gone. I'm not here. Yeah, nah, man. It's looking very good down there. Hey, man, make sure y'all hit that fucking like button, man. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good shit, man. Tear that like button a new asshole.
You're not scared. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Link was in the chat, man. Everybody want to come on up? You come on up. Give her the full screen, Cho Wop.
Can we hear you this time, girl? Say something.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You hear me?
God damn.
That look like a dick.
The doggy. And he is shaking off all that pollen. It's something on
Look
this.
at that stripper you got in there. That nigga look like he a Chippendale in that motherfucker. Well, that good pollen, that good yellow pollen, yeller.
Yeah. I've been doing this. It's like, yeah. Let that fan blow that shit around. And then
that nigga like Dirk Diggler. He in that motherfucker swinging. He right in the middle of all them big ass bitches.
But I got seed development already.
That nigga doing a helicopter in that motherfucker.
Nice.
It's this one really.
Whoa. Whoa. What did I claim back,
But the whole plant, like I said, it's only 1 week that they've been, you know what I'm saying, the pollen drop. So I'm expecting by next week.
Now let me ask you a question though.
Uh-huh.
When you reverse your plants before you use other shit, didn't you?
No.
Didn't you
Oh,
use
collide silver?
no? Some no. Yes,
Yeah.
you did. Nigga.
No, I thought you was talking about for this round.
No, the other, like when you
Yeah,
reverse your stuff,
yeah.
did you say? Because I ain't never used nothing but the same spray you use. That's the only thing I ever use, right? So I don't have nothing to compare it to personally. You say it's easier to use than what you was using before, or no, or about the same, or how would you like rate it?
When I rate it, it's about the same. Like it does the same fucking thing. Like it, it works. Shit. It fucking works. And y'all can see it works. It falls everywhere. Good. Yummy. Look at that.
Oh my god!
Somebody's definitely gonna clip that.
I knew it was coming,
My bad.
man. I knew it was coming. I knew it was
My
coming,
bad.
man. I could not laugh. I'm sorry, but I wasn't gonna say
Oh,
shit.
but I can. You know me.
Yes. Now, a quick question for you, 420 girl. Man, what would you say was the key to your success? Because I know, like, you know, like you said, you was using colloidal silver before. Like, did you find that following the instructions on the bottle was simple, or did you have to kind of change it up a little for yourself?
So I fucked up in the beginning. Y'all know I was spraying damn near every other day, burnt all the shit out of my leaves. But then once Chosen told me to back it up with some of that, I did that. And the key is to stay consistent with the spraying. And before it goes bloom, to give it a kind of head start.
See, that's what I found too. That's the same way I feel. When I use it, like I said, I just now put my plants that I've been spraying, and they only been in flower like 2 3 days. So like the shit early, I'm still spraying at this point. But yeah, that's what I found. I feel like the more you spray while it's in veg, not the more you spray, meaning saturation, but the earlier you spray in veg, the less you have to spray in flower. I feel.
Yeah, man. Like I'm impressed by the spray. Like I ain't gotta be worried about going online and trying to find that shit now. I can just
For damn show, man. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Shit for people who want to make their own beads and shit like that. I mean, if you want to do something a little different than just a rag breed, you want to get in the fin breed. That's what the spray is for. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your guard.
Yep. So kudos. Love the spray. It's working. I'll be using that from now on. I don't have to,
Hey, what was your tagline? You had a tagline. Chosen tagline is the shit just works. You had something else
Oh
yesterday. What was
yeah, I
your little
got you.
bars?
I gotta look at the post. I gotta look at the post. That
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, that shit sound like a motherfucking slogan. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Here's a slogan for your ass right here.
You said.
Oh my god, man. What's wrong with y'all in the chat, man? Y'all going to hell, man.
That's why I love all of y'all. Especially you, 20 girl. You in that goddamn light.
Man, how's everything going at the hydro store?
It's going good. I went live earlier from the store.
You still don't go to nobody lives. You can get that shit up.
Yep.
No,
So
too busy.
it's going good. We got a few things about to come up. We got a clone share coming up. We just had an event. That jump was lit. All our events be lit and shit, y'all. I was talking about very cannabis friendly, very edible friendly. Like I ain't too big on the edibles, but when they come, I do.
I always get way too fucked up with the edibles because again, I always tend to eat until I feel the shit. And just like when you drinking liquor, nigga, if you drink till you start getting drunk, it's way too late.
You done.
I mean, this motherfucker be spinning, and it's the same shit happen every time. It always end up with me sitting my ass somewhere and wherever I'm at be vibrating like a motherfucker, and I'll be like, dog, I just don't want to be high no more. I can't close my eyes because everything be fucking moving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, God damn, I just don't want to be high no more. This shit's not cool. I don't want to be high. I just want to lay down. Some kind of way I magically end up going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But
I
usually,
one of the customers gave me a juice to sample, right? It was a THC juice. And when I tell you, I didn't tell nobody when I came home. I ain't tell them that I drank the juice, right? So everybody was going about their business, doing their thing in the house. I'm the only one looking like an idiot over there on the couch, faking like I'm sick and shit because I took that goddamn juice. And like, oh my God, this shit, it was kicking my tail, y'all. I'm talking about.
Mama, what's wrong?
Huh?
Huh? That's all you had for the ass. Huh? Mama, what's wrong? Huh?
Like, I just was like, I don't feel good. I'm tired. Nah, bitch, your ass was over there high as Cootie Brown. Like, I was done. Trying to watch them play Call of Duty and shit. I was like, I'm watching shit.
Hey,
That was watching me.
thank God your kids ain't like 2. Man, I remember them days. You like, oh my God, I gotta keep it together.
Exactly.
Now, it's like, look,
I wouldn't have even done it if
dinner is in that motherfucker. You know what? Matter of fact, order some Domino's. Nigga, I'm going to lay down.
Yeah. Unless I had a babysitter, then I get it in. But I wouldn't.
Well, we glad you're good, Carl. Sorry about that.
We just had a storm too, Cone.
I see where you live at too. You do got a lot of vegetation around your area. I seen that shit on the ankle string. So I'm glad you're cool.
Hey man, that nigga ain't never gonna leave you down for coming on the stream with your ankles out, man. That's all right. I still fuck with you, Kong.
Nice cannabis ankle bracelet.
having his ankles out.
A nice cannabis ankle bracelet, you know.
Oh.
No, for
Yeah,
real.
to the now.
That's
To
my
the
guy.
now.
The most.
Yeah.
The most.
But I was just popping in, popping out. I supposed to be doing a damn live on my page, but
I'm gonna invade your shit when you do. You gonna do this shit on her or on Instagram? I sent you and Betty Crocker on Instagram too.
yeah, I'm gonna do it on here though. I gotta get some more. You know
What?
I don't know. I haven't been active, so I'm trying to get active on here.
All right. Well, just remember, FYG spray.
FYG spray all motherfucking day.
Make you say yum.
That shit work. I gotta get that slogan to you. I gotta get that slogan to you.
Yeah. I need it. I appreciate it, sis, man. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Girl, I'm gonna invade your shit when you go live. I'll see you in a minute.
All right.
We got anybody else in the back?
Yum. That's just the slogan right there. You got all the musical equipment. You can remix this shit too. Make it say yum. Yum.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Shit, we got anybody else coming up?
That motherfucker did look like just a power center in there around girl plants, nigga. That shit reverse hard as a motherfucker, boy. I meant to ask her. I asked her on her live shit. I meant to ask her what the fuck was that she reversed, because that shit reversed pretty good. And I also meant to warn her, which I'm sure she know, about the good old tri-level of seeds, what we be trying to avoid. You know what I mean? Cause it looked like man, that motherfucker was spitting hard. It looked like some of that shit was already spitting up earlier than she thought. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. Shit, I'm just glad she having good success. You know what I mean?
Right side.
Ferrari Gorilla runs.
That's cool, man. I just picture a gorilla in a Ferrari. Living a cartoon age, so man, I need to get me. You know what? You know what I need? I need. I know I don't. Let me not say that shit because then I actually nope,
Hey man, shit, I was thinking about some shit earlier,
nope.
just like a good ass strain name. I'm gonna give it to y'all in the chat if y'all want to use it. You know, it's I've come up with great strain names I've shared. Merritt County Sheriff's Department. Uh, you know,
Maricopa
we
County.
Maricopa County Sheriff's Department.
Maricopa
Hey
County.
man, what if a motherfucker just came out with a strain? Because I was thinking, you know how motherfuckers like what, like when motherfucker be asking you like, what's the name of that? Like, what if the name of the strain was just
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't mean to interrupt you, but this comment 420 ago, you said some weird shit today.
Jesus Christ? Jesus
We're
Christ.
trying to breed seeds and kids. Now, are you trying to breed to make kids? What do you? Are you?
Oh my gosh. I'm sure it was a typo.
Oh, I can't wait
Or
till you
maybe it
go.
wasn't. I don't
Bro,
know.
I can't wait till you go live. There's so many questions. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Righteous. I'm sorry.
I
It,
mean,
it,
there's just so much that can be said about that, but it's just like, man, I'm leaving all that shit alone. Oh, she said you will see. Uh, uh, okay. Well, that leads to even more comments and questions, but I'm just gonna leave it all alone. I'm gonna leave it all alone. You know what I'm saying?
I dig it.
Uh,
But go ahead.
but yeah, man. What if a nigga just named a strain good, good weed, great, great weed. You know what I'm saying? Better weed. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be tight. So that way, when a motherfucker come and ask you what you got, I got some good weed. You know what I'm
Whoever's
saying?
out there when you use that, whoever's out there, can y'all just please come on the show and say, nigga, that was a great name, and I used this to make this. 'Cause I make, I can build off of that.
Hey, look, man, I cross good weed and great weed to make better weed. Okay, you want to know what the
All
crosses
right,
are? You want to know what the crosses are, nigga?
that's too funny.
That's what was making me think about that shit. Just like, you know what I'm saying? For
Hey,
all the
that's another
fucking
thing.
straight whores out there, this is good weed sounds better weed, okay?
You to the point to where I am, to where you sort of where it's gonna be polyhybrids that we. All right, girl. I told you I see you when you go live. I get the notification. I think I better. I see it. But it's to the point to where we both working with polyhybrids now, and like the F1 pool is getting ready to be so great. I can say that I've noticed that once I did start working where one side was definitely polyhybrids and the other side might not have been, just might have been a hybrid. I definitely noticed that the F1 pool was a lot bigger. You know what I mean? I definitely did notice that, and I can't
Well,
wait
a
to.
fucking cookie? No, I'm just
You actually do, man. I got.
nah, I'm fucking with you, nigga. I'm fucking with you. But no, you are right. The pool is a lot larger. Shit leans a whole bunch of different fucking ways. Like you most definitely have more shit to pull from.
Pheno hunting becomes so much more important to me personally because there's so many. I know that there's more variations out there. Now I already know like that Gary Coleman that I'm growing that we just looked at. That shit is going. It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of weed per plant, right? For us plant to, what I would get. Not that specific plant itself is gonna be a lot of weed, but just like a good idea, like that got some pretty chunky buds. It took a lot from the jealousy side, right? But bro, that smell is light as fuck, and jealousy can have a light smell too. But that shit was just. But I had that one Gary Coleman nigga that was not bullshitting. That motherfucker was not bullshitting. It's in that tin of bullshit in there that I gotta clean up.
Hell yeah, man. Chosenschoice.net. Man, go get you some. We gotta do that. I'm sorry. That's someone else's
Off
slogan.
everything.
That's someone else's slogan. I ain't.
Boxes and all of that shit. Pretty much get two boxes for the price of one, but it's 50% off everything. Just Got to put that
I
on.
will get one. And if you need some spray, fygspray.com, man. Get yours. You just seen what it do, man. Make you say yum.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say young, but I did use it. Um,
Mhm.
I did use it in the project that I had coming up. I did use it, man. We gotta. That shit was awesome. We gotta have ass here more often. We just gotta have random motherfuckers. We need to show.
Hey,
Uh,
man. Like, if we were any larger, that would have been like a clippable moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we were like Breakfast Club or.
oh man, I hope to be man, or even like the green table. Them niggas have a lot of people in they. Hey, you know what? They have a lot of people in their chat, and I tell you what that does, right? They have a lot of chat participation. Now, obviously, them niggas pick and choose what shit they want to talk about and what to highlight because obviously, if you got a live stream and we got 10 people watching and they got fucking 90 people watching, like, crowd participation is a lot more. So I will say that, like, but it actually helps the bigger the crowd to have participation, especially when you actually focus on the crowd, right? And they do a pretty good job of that. It's hard to focus on as big as a crowd as they have. It's hard to focus on every single person. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's dedication. You got to be dedicated. And we don't play no commercials and no shit like that. We do scroll shit the screen, but we ain't, we don't reach that level yet to run commercials. Or be sponsored by motherfuckers yet. Although I did think about that shit though, bro. I did think about approaching some motherfucking companies packaging this shit up because we get a decent amount of views for what we are. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Shit, I don't see why not. But, at the same time, man, that's not why I do this shit, man. I
Oh, you
like
want to be
dealing.
a YouTube star? No, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah. I like this, getting in here, man. It's cool to have a motherfucking collaborative community. People who can get together, share different ideas, work with each other, shit. You know what I'm saying? I just think there's just so many great things that come out of here. And shit, man, we ain't even half like as far as what we would like to be. So we not even close to that. So shit, I
No,
already know once we add different elements, different qualities, shit like that, it'll be a little different. So I ain't even tripping.
and
We out here just moving
so
and grooving.
I'm telling you, my dream. You already know. I've been saying this shit like 3 years ago. I want like a. I would take my whole fucking channel right now and just make this shit like a network. And like my thing that I want to do, but man, it's already hard getting commitment out of black people, and then it's hard getting commitment out of high people, and you just got high black people. It's like, oh my lord. But it's like what I would like to do is just have like I would love to make it for the people to where they just could come to this bitch. It ain't even got to be my channel. It could be fucking everybody's channel all together. But have shit in one centralized place like a fucking network, because everybody do shit different, right? Like I give you a perfect example. Man, Black G has no fucking format at all. He just go live when he go live, but that shit is great because it just seems like you be sitting back thinking like, damn, nigga, it ain't shit on about weed right now. And then bing, the nigga go live. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I would love to get everybody that fuck with weed to do something that is real. I'm not talking about the Cali Green guys that's gonna show you how to grow a pound out of a fucking 2x2. You know what I'm saying? Not those guys. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, the cats that's like us, you know what I'm saying? That would be great for the viewers, right? I feel like it would be great to have that shit in a centralized place.
How to grow 7 grams out of a 2x4.
So I would like to have that shit. And then, if it would even be good to where like, everybody like, like I give you an example. Our show, let's just say our show, 420 Girl Show, let's just say Black G Show, let's just say, Inu had a show and Django, and then like at the end of the week, nigga, all of us is on one show. We just fucking around, all of us is on the show. That many people only have to be like, 15, 20 minute segments or whatever. Right? I would really love to run this shit like an actual network. The problem is,
Yeah, I
well,
like I like to run a show that's called "Fucking It Up on Purpose," where each grow I grow a shit that you shouldn't use. Like one grow, we're gonna use mayonnaise. The next grow, we're gonna use Tang. We're still mixing our nutrients, but it'll be our supplements, and we'll just see what happens.
Oh my god. Tang, huh?
Fucking it up on purpose. All right, this ain't playing. Did you see that nigga?
Yeah,
That nigga grew.
once our equipment get better, that's definitely gonna be a reality. I ain't got the equipment nor the computer power to even make my shit do like how I want to do it. Like in the next year, that's what I'm putting out there, so it can actually fucking happen. But
Man, did you see that nigga righteous ain't playing, man? That nigga motherfucking grew a plant with 6 little hugs, each feeding.
bro, what if I'm telling you, the segment that need to come back for this show, and I'm gonna push you to do it, is the Righteous Ain't Playing Awards, nigga. That shit was ahead of its time, bro. Y'all should go back and look at his videos. Way, way back in the day. And it was like,
And look, and see,
how
that's
many,
why I don't be making videos like that, man, because I feel like I was, and this ain't even trying to be funny because the quality was so fun. It was so low level media.
but the
We're not
idea
gonna sit
was
here,
there, though. The idea
but
was straight there,
yeah,
nigga.
and that's why I felt like, man, shit, I had maybe I didn't have the presentation, but man, idea wise, man, shit, that shit should have garnered me fame. I
Man, but
should. I'm
again,
just joking.
it's hard. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to get fame when only 17 people is watching your shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I've always told you that was a problem. Like, and like that shit was ahead of its time. Like, if anybody has to go back and watch your first 25 videos, bro, 30 videos, man, it's a lot of tight ass ideas that a bigger channel or a bigger person could really flesh out and use. You know what I'm saying?
And look, man, I tell niggas all the time, man, the best job in the world for me, I just wish I had an office and I could just come up with ideas all day. Here's an idea. There's an idea. Idea for you, an idea for you. Hey, just go out there and execute it. Because I'm one of them niggas, I'm not going to execute that great.
No,
Let's
you're
keep it
not. But
there.
like the Righteous Ain't Playing Awards, if it was a bigger channel, that shit would be fucking great. It don't cost shit. I already looked into it because I got a lot of ideas, y'all, for when it's become a bigger channel. Like, cause I take a lot of ideas from the video game community. Like once we become a bigger channel, cause like right now we got like 10 to 15 people watching, right? But once our numbers get bigger, like I'm actually gonna host some shit digitally, right? Where it'd be like a championship, it'd be like a fucking championship belt that I get done. I got like some real big ideas, but our channel ain't big enough yet. You know what I'm saying? The people ain't there yet, right? But like I got all types of shit like that I'm gonna do. But like the bigger channels, like man, I got so many dope ass ideas that them cats could do. You know what I'm saying? Like just think about it, man. Like, I want to have a Growers Choice Awards, nigga. Niggas come show that shit off. You know what I'm saying? It's a digital world. We just gonna base it off of what the fuck we see. You know what I mean?
Hey, it'd be like a Miss America pageant. All the plants have sashes.
Yep. Hey, you get points. Yeah, you get points for creativity. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that shit. And you got a belt. We not giving away trophies. Nigga. We giving away full fledged belts you can wear around your fucking waist.
Nigga here.
I already know.
I bonsai trained my plant to turn into a dragon head.
I,
Like, nigga, how could you not win?
I
3 and 1/4
already know.
stars. Nigga hit them niggas with star search as activities and
Yeah.
whatnot.
And
Hey man, I'm high, y'all. I'm just talking shit.
that motherfucker look like two praying hands breakdancing.
Damn, you turn your whole planet into a fucking helicopter. Well, good for you, Timmy. That surely beats a dragon head. The fuck. Looks
One,
like we have 2 winners, people. We got 2 fucking winners.
yeah, man. We're trying to get a belt, man. And I'm also looking into another thought, but see, that shit just gotta get sized. I thought about a ring.
Hey, look. And the winner is to the nigga that turned they plant into a full-fledged human. like, goddamn, nigga, you created life? How can he not win? 3 and 1/4 stars.
I'm gonna let my plant do the talking. I ain't even gotta say
Fuck.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. You turned this motherfucker into a nigga named Eugene. This motherfucker's a full-on 6th grader. What the fuck you done did? God damn, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I told y'all, man. I'm high.
You did the 420 girl. Oh man, you bred a sixth grader.
Turn this nigga to a fucking sixth grader, man.
What's your
Man,
name? Human.
look, man. I done grew this motherfucker into a satellite dish. This motherfucker receives cable. Oh, nigga, you have won. You have broke the internet. God damn. Niggas out here talented.
Hold on. I grew a Wi-Fi tower.
That's just what I'm saying. Nigga. Shit, man. Hey, man. I grew my plant into a full-on functioning fire truck. What? This bitch got water and hose and everything, nigga. Oh, shit. Somebody get this man a belt. Somebody get this man a belt.
Bill, you funny.
Shit, man. Get this nigga a whole fucking belt and shit. God damn, boy.
Right now.
Man, I'm sorry, y'all.
You
I'm
need a so-called stone the streaming nigga after dark.
Can't tell you, man. Hey, but shit, man, go ahead and do that roll call, man. I can't see the chat.
No problem.
Here you go with the bullshit.
What?
Rap phenomenon, grow Farrakhan, rolling plenty tree as I'm blowing through the bomb. You niggas funny thieves, I call you Comic Cons, breezing through the leaf.
Hi guys, it's been real. This has been one of the fun shows, actually. I'm not gonna even lie to you.
Quick flights, long nights, it's only carry on.
I'm gonna try to scroll up, see if I can get everybody. It was a lot of y'all comment. First and foremost, I think the first person in this bitch might have been him. I always try to give props to the first person. So we just gonna say, it was him in the light. I think it was, yeah, it was. Yeah, shout out to Enu being the first. Shout out to Piff. Man, usually you be on the road, calm, man. I'm glad you back through the storm and shit. Shout out to you. G-Dank. Shout out to you. Levanita. Shout out to you for coming through. Always. Django. Shout out to you for coming through with the known. Wawa. The Wawa and the Wawa gas station. I will not ever forget that. That was funny. Former. And I always fuck this shit up. Sometimes I feel like it's on purpose. Former Helsindion. Who else we have? Bust in the basement, man. From the city shit, stopping through always. Appreciate that shit. I don't have any motherfuckers from the city stuff through this motherfucker, so you already know. And so, we waiting on the cherry all though. Shout out to you for coming through. FGK, one of my gaming community people. A lot of their ideas I'm gonna be stealing, bringing into the community for sure. You know what I'm saying? 420 girl. You gave us some wonderful sound bites and comments tonight. I'm pretty sure most of us will be in your lives. Lion 10 gang. What up? Right on for coming through. That looked like it might be about everybody. I think our highest point was only 15 people. But,
Yeah, man. Shout everybody out. Hey, Buzz in the basement, make sure you hit me up, homie. We most definitely had talked about you earlier in the show. Talked about everything going on. So,
man, it's been a wonderful episode, man.
For sure, man. Much love, man. Much love, man. It's been another beautiful episode of Start the Streaming. It's your boy Righteous Ain't Playing.
Ain't nothing left to do but
RP.
Get them goddamn
RP.
Rain. Every time you see the boy, got a brand new strength. And the shit so Waco. Flame. Put your ass in a ditch. Saddam El Hussein. Two things that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green like that mean go. That mean go. Two things that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green like that mean go. That mango, that mango, that mango. Peep the game, check the lingo. Ooh, ooh. Nigga, how far would the green take you? As far as you go. That mango, peep the game, check the lingo. Nigga, how far would the green take you? As far as you go. It ain't no game, it ain't no game. All of these niggas, they looking for game. Lining they pockets, they flooding they pockets, they lining they pockets with all of this change. Shit ain't no game, shit ain't no game. All of these niggas, they do it for game. But one thing won't change, it will remain the same. None of these niggas will ever reign. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone.